The Huckleberry Hound Show. It is one of my favorite Hanna-Barbera cartoon shows. From the stories, to the characters, to the jokes they throw in, to some rare merch that is worth a find. Hanna-Barbera knew what they were cooking, and while their first ever cartoon, The Rough and Ready Show, was also somewhat of a success, it didn't become as popular as Huckleberry. Let's not forget it is one of the first animated series to win an Emmy Award in 1960. While I do enjoy the episodes as well as their segments such as Pixie and Dixie, Yogi Bear, which later got spun off into its own series in 1961, and Hokey Wolf, not every episode is a winner. One episode that grinded my gears more was the episode Huck's Hack, and I'll explain why. The short starts off with Huckleberry Hound starting his job as a taxi driver, as Huck is so busy chatting with the camera about keeping his eyes on the road that he hits them. We don't know what, either a couple of cars or speed bumps, I don't know, but the taxi cab keeps going. We then cut to a very obvious looking robber calling in for a taxi. Huck stopped by to let the robber in, not knowing who he actually is despite the obvious being shown. Come on, even a 5-year-old would obviously know that this is a robber. This goes to show that this episode ruined Huck's character, and this BS goes on throughout the entire cartoon. Wait, why does that walk cycle look so familiar?
It's all yours, Yogi.
Oh, that makes more sense. Look, Huckleberry Hound isn't the brightest character, and he can be a bit slow at times, but he is not a complete moron. When they get to the bank, a robber breaks into it with a brick that should have been used to hit Huck's head to get his mind straight.
Poor feller. Forgot his keys.
Are you this blind or something? The robber successfully steals the money, and they both flee the scene, and Huck still isn't convinced that a robber is in his cab. Even when he pulled a gun at him, he still has no clue. Or when the radio news bulletin states a robber is in a taxi. How is he this dumb? Who wrote this episode? Oh, Warren Foster. When they got to the hideout, Huck thinks the robber forgot to pay him $2.30 cab fare. He reasons with the quote-unquote banker, but the crook refuses. Then a cop asks if a man just ran out of his cab. Huck, as the flanderized moron he is, still hasn't got a clue and thinks he didn't need a police clock to collect his cab fare. Can we continue? Huck goes inside the hideout where the robber's counting his loot. The robber then points his gun at him, and Huck's still too dumb to figure out he's dealing with a robber. The squad arrives at the hideout, and they and the robber are engaged in some old-style cinema gunplay. And then Huck still goes on about the dumb cab fare.
All this ruckus over $2.30 is ridiculous.
Eventually, the police are fed up with Huck's stupidity as they fire at him in the window. Finally, Huck decided to pull out a wrench for God knows where, and hits the robber's head, for the banker's own good. We then cut to the following day, where Huck reads a newspaper headline where the robber was arrested. He also got a $500 reward, which he used to pay up for the meter since he ran it all day, and the amount came up to $490. Serves him right for being this dumb. Let's review. Huck was butchered to being a complete idiot throughout this cartoon. He is too stupid to realize that the banker was actually a robber, and even after that whole getaway ride, he goes on about the robber owing him his cab fare for the rest of 3 minutes. It's to the point where the robber and even the police itself were fed up with Huck's stupidity as much as I did. And then he finally managed to turn in the robber to the cops and then got his reward, which only then came up to only $10 since he paid up most of his cash for his own taxi cab. And that's his punishment for being this stupid. Luckily, his character will redeem in the next episode. Huckleberry Hound should be sent to the pound. Or to school, so you can learn what a fucking robber is. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video.